Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So today's video we're going to be talking about Magik and we're going to be checking how she fares in current content in Act 6.2 because we all know she's one of the old gods, one of the kind of original champions in the game that has still remained to stay relevant. And we are going to be checking exactly how well she fares in current Act 6 and so on. And we all know she used to be one of the MVPs in previous Alliance War map. Unfortunately, I have seen the usage of Magik kind of dwindle over the past couple of months just because we have gotten some more exciting champions. And I want to take this opportunity and make a video and kind of remind people that Magik is still a thing, Magik is still out there and she can do some great things for you. And what is more important, Magik is incredibly kind of reliable and easy champion to play. You can choose to play her super aggressively with a lot of dashback intercepts, so on and so forth, or you can play her conservatively with a lot of parries, block baiting heavies, and rely on the limbo to mitigate a lot of that damage. But one thing in any fight is for certain: as soon as you hit your first level 2, the fight is up to you to bring it home. And that's about it. You control the fight starting from your first level 2, and it's up to you kind of not to mess up and finish it off. So when it comes to damage output, she is not the greatest damage dealer. She's not a slouch, but she's definitely not the hardest hitting champion in the game either. So in this video I'm using recoil 3 out of 3 to demonstrate how she can use it to heal. As you can see, every time we shoot special attack we lose 10% of our health because of maxed out recoil, but we heal up about 11.5% of our health because of limbo and recovery mastery. So every special we shoot actually heals us up for a couple of percent, and since Magik has a playstyle that lets her shoot a lot of special attacks, that is fairly reliable source of heal. So there goes that. And yeah, we're using double edge, we're not using liquid courage just because liquid courage kind of limits our healing ability. But as you can see here, 160 hits, rank 5 Magik on half suicides to take down Winter Soldier. It's not bad. It's definitely not the biggest damage output we're going to see in the game. However, the fight was extremely one-sided, always kept in the corner and under control, and that is the biggest thing that Magik brings to the table. It brings down control to your hands. So here we're going to check how she deals with no retreat node in 6.1 against one of the not so great matchups against Magik, Agent Venom, because he constantly is going to shrug off our power lock. However, our power drain from level 2 still works, and we're going to steal power from him, and we're still going to remain to be absolutely aggressive without needing to bait out many special attacks, and we can focus the fight once again in corner even without the power lock ability. Just with our power drain we hardly have to bait out a special attack. We can just mince at him, we don't have to worry about pushing him to level 3, and 52 hits and the fight is over. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. Now we are going to be taking a look at 616 all or nothing path, and basically the node that says that we do need to use special attacks in kind of sequence. We can't use two of the same special attacks in a row, which could theoretically present a problem for Magik because she does rely a lot on her level 2. Also, a quick disclaimer, in this video I will not be kind of using her level 3 to negate a lot of buffs, do a lot of damage. That is entirely different aspect of Magik. I'm sure most of you are aware what her level 3 does and that you can use her to punish resistor nodes and alike. However, here we're going to be taking a look at Magik's level 2. So now we did use 2 level 2s in a row purposely and we lost half of our health. However, what's going to happen as soon as that limbo expires, we go back to 100%, and guess what? We were not even on 100% before we lost half our health. Because of recovery mastery, because of limbo negating all the damage, we can just basically bypass this and a lot other kind of punishing nodes that would hurt us and deal some sort of passive damage to us, but limbo can store all of that damage and recover it for you with a plus because of recovery mastery. Just like recoil mastery actually works as a healing mechanism for you, this node and many other scenarios can work out for you in order to heal you up kind of. So yeah, that is one way kind of to bypass that node, and many others you can just kind of ignore the negative consequences because of limbo and use it to heal yourself up. And here's going to be another fight on the same path where we're going to simply be fighting aggressively enough in order to close out the fight and integrate our level 2s and level 1s. So whichever way you want to play at, Magik still has impressive enough power lock, impressive enough power control in order to kind of manage your tempo of the fight and manage to actually get that extra level 1 in when you choose to go for your power lock and special attacks. And in my mind, that's one of Magik's biggest strengths, just the versatility of her simplicity. She's extremely simple champion. You need to get your level 2 in order to kind of finish out the fight. And yeah, basically, as soon as you shoot off your level 2, it's up to you to win the fight. However, you can do that in many kind of different ways. There can special 3s occasionally can come into play and be super useful. You can alternate your playstyles, your combos, and just the way how you deal with problems. So now it's going to be close encounters node. Basically, we need to stay close to opponent at all times. Now in this video, I don't have Mystic Dispersion on me, otherwise I would be able to shoot a lot more level 2s. But even without Mystic Dispersion, we're going to be able to basically get this Heimdall in the corner, let him shoot off like his first level 1 attack, if that's what you're going to do. Maybe that's not even going to be the way what we're doing. But basically, as soon as we get our level 2 off, the fight is ours, and we're going to spend it all in his corner under our conditions. We're going to be the one attacking constantly. And that's it. It's extremely simple yet efficient way to play, and it is still extremely reliable, and that is the reason why I still think Magik, in my eyes, is the best Mystic champion, just because whatever she does extremely well, is reliable, and you can always count on her. Now, Symbiote Supreme might be, in certain matchups, a lot more explosive, a lot more kind of overwhelming compared to Magik. However, Magik has a lot less bad matchups, and vast majority of the stuff Symbiote Supreme can do, Magik can do as well. Maybe slightly worse, maybe slightly slower. However, she can do it, and there are very few scenarios where you would find that Symbiote Supreme kind of completely outshines Magik. Yes, he can do better than Magik can in many matchups that he is favorable, but Magik overall has a lot less bad matchups. Now we're going to be taking a look at, for instance, Life Cycle node. With Magik, we essentially can completely ignore the node just because we're going to be spamming our level 2s as it is. We play aggressive in their corner, we constantly find openings out after our special attacks, and this node becomes essentially irrelevant. The only difference it's going to make to you is that you're going to have to throw 1 or 2 more level 2 attacks, and that's it. Like we saw there, we did nothing special, we completely ignored the node, and we still cleared it in like a good fast pace. Now we're going to be taking a look at how effective Limbo can be. Now, if I were to use Magik for this node, which is 6.22 against Incinerate, I would take my suicides off, and I would not kind of bring about most of the damage, just because I do not want to trigger that Incinerate on me often. However, let's say if I do happen to trigger it, like it's gonna happen right about now, we have 2 Incinerates, we're losing health rapidly. However, that Limbo restored us to 100% health, and okay, we lost some health afterwards, but we can see how effective that Limbo can be, and together with like recoil and recovery mastery, we actually can manage to heal up more or less to full, and that's just super exciting. And Limbo is extremely underrated mechanic because it provides you such a good safety net, because you keep it up for like majority of the fight if you keep aggressive, and that means you have a big safety blanket to fall upon if you happen to mess up. Now, obviously, Magik does perform better if you have Mystic Dispersion and Mystic Boosts, and then Magik can do some absolutely insane things. So in none of these clips I'm using Mystic Dispersion, I'm using any Mystic Power Boosts, it's just Magik with a recoil on and double-edged Suicide Masteries, and that's it. Now we're going to be taking a look at 6.24, and basically just show how Magik, with her aggressive game style, can completely ignore this node as well. And then I'm going to show a second example where we're going to show how Limbo can actually save and heal us should we choose to do so. I am using Heimdall synergy in this clip, which we're going to demonstrate in a bit later, but first we're just going to completely destroy this Hyperion in 6.24. And yeah, they are pretty much kind of my main thoughts about Magik. Unfortunately, I am myself guilty of neglecting Magik to a degree recently, just because I tend to kind of like play about with newer champions, but I definitely cannot ignore or kind of take anything away from Magik. She still is extremely great champion. She does what she does extremely reliably, and she, most importantly, is simple to play. You can play her aggressively, you can play her passively, and she puts the fight in your hands, and it's up to you kind of not to mess up and finish it up. Magik is one of the MVPs in Ultron's Assault variant, for example. That entire chapter was pretty much made for Magik. Now in this fight I purposely took damage from that Hyperion because of the node, just to show that we are actually gonna heal up to where we are from now, even after making a mistake. So the game plan is going to be fairly simple. We're going to supercharge that node with the damage we deal to the Hyperion, and we're going to make sure Limbo is active, and we're just going to take a hit, and then we're going to see that we're going to go from 60-something% to over 70%. So we're going to be actually using this mechanic to heal ourselves up, which I do often tend to do. I do take some extra chip damage, extra block damage when I have Limbo active, just because on the back of my mind I can use it as a way to heal myself. But that's going to be more or less it after this clip. I don't have much else to show you. I could have recorded a lot more footage about Magik just because I extremely enjoyed playing the character for ages. She was my favorite rank 5 for seasons 1 till probably like 8. She was my Alliance War MVP as well for Path 5, and I definitely have a great amount of respect for this champion, and I wish more people would use her and would rely on her as I have in the past, and I am sure I will continue in the future as well. But I hope this video taught you something. I hope you found it enjoyable, and I will see you guys soon. See ya.